Let's get back to basics with a super quick and delicious weekday dinner, pan-fried squid with a simple tequila salsa. Serve it over greens or roast veggies, or if you aren't concerned about carbs, over rice or on bruschetta. First, let's process the squid. My local market had gigantic squid, so I'm just using one, but if you have normal sized ones, use 3 or 4. First, I pat it dry, and then I gently pull the tentacles from the mantle. There's usually some stuff hanging behind, so I just feel around and pull out what I can, but most importantly, I take out the quill. I used a knife to nick the skin just to get me started, but once you get some traction, the skin should peel right off. Then I cut the tentacles off right below the eyes. I locate the mouth and pop it right out. Be a little careful though, because the beak can be sharp. I chose to peel most of the tentacles, which you don't have to do. Something new I had to do because these were such big squid was run my knife down the tentacles to dislodge the teeth from the suction cups. If you have smaller squid, you most likely don't need to do this. Then I sliced the squid into thick rings. In the process, I found more membrane to peel off, then I sliced the rings open and cut the strips into about 2 to 2.5 inch rectangles. Then I made diagonal cuts in the meat, making sure not to cut all the way through. Then I turned it 90 degrees and made more diagonal cuts, scoring a diamond pattern. This creates more surface area for sauces and can prevent or encourage curling. After that, I put it in the fridge and started my salsa. First, I diced half an onion, then 2 or 3 tomatoes, depending on how big they are. I used 2. Then I diced up 1 chili. I used habanero, but use whatever you want for how spicy you want it. Anything could work, from bell peppers to bird's eye chilies. Then I zested and juiced 1 lime. It came out to probably around 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of juice. Finally, a tablespoon of tequila. I used añejo. I think mezcal would be great too, or if you don't want to use alcohol, you could substitute apple cider vinegar. Then I put the onions into a bowl to macerate with the lime juice, zest, and tequila while I cook the squid. Now while my pan preheats on high, I toss the squid in 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 cloves worth of minced garlic, and some salt and pepper. I probably used about 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and 1 teaspoon of fresh ground pepper. When your pan is nice and hot, add in some squid. Squid cooks super fast, that's why I love it. This probably took 2 to 3 minutes. I just turn the pieces every now and then. I just made sure not to crowd the pan so it stayed hot and not to overcook it. Squid is done when it just starts turning opaque. Cooking until brown will just make it tough and chewy. You can serve this as a salad over greens like arugula or lettuce, but I had some cabbage laying around and I did a quick saute. Finally, I added my tomatoes and chili to the onions and added around a teaspoon of sumac. Sumac is great to give a little earthy, sour zing to dishes. I put everything into a bowl and top with some green onions. If you process and freeze your squid ahead of time or use clean frozen, the dish comes together in probably 12 to 15 minutes. If you want something unique but fast in the rotation, this is great. Super flavorful, light, and as you can see, had 0 impact on my glucose. Try it out, let me know what you think, and follow for more low carbified recipes from all over the world.